Hey, hey, Facebook friends. Happy Friday. How's everybody doing today? As we close out the week, I just got back from out of town for a week and been traveling. And I was sitting here today getting organized on everything, and my mind has just been blown. I spent 3 days deep dive into personal development in Denver. If you are looking for something like that, I highly recommend Psi. It's PSI. If you want to look that up, but it was a fantastic, amazing, mind blowing weekend. And I wanted to hop on here and just share one of my takeaways. I think I might hop on over the next week and just share a few as they're brewing and I'm thinking about things. Because, as we all know, personal development is so important. And sometimes it's a little scary to shine the light inside, right? I know it was for me. I've been on a personal development journey, probably for the past 6 years. And when you start to look inside and shine that light, there's some aha moments, right? Like, wow, I had no idea it was that way. And yeah, I need to work on that. And so one of the things that I wanted to just chat with you guys about today and hear if what comes up for you when you hear this, but is how are you about keeping your word, right? So you might think, oh yeah, I totally keep my word. People can count on me. I'm there for people. But when you really, really look at it, like even the minute things, like, you tell someone you have an appointment and your appointment is at 2 o'clock and you show up at 2:05. That's not keeping your word, right? And I think so often nowadays, it's kind of become an epidemic that we don't keep our word. Or maybe we say, it's such an epidemic that Facebook, even on events, right? Instead of saying, yes, I'm coming or no, I'm not, there's an maybe or an I'm interested, right? Totally falls in line with we're not going to make a commitment, because if we make a commitment, we might break our word. But it's just something that I found fascinating because I thought, okay, I have been working. I've got a mentor who has talked about this, about keeping your word for a few years now. So it's something that has been brought to my attention. So as I was investigating myself when this topic came up over the weekend, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty good about that. Like if I tell someone I'm going to be there, I'm going to be there. But what I noticed was fascinating is when I broke my word was to myself. Like, yep, I am going to work out today, no matter what, no matter how busy I am, I'm going to work out today. And the end of the day comes and I didn't work out. So even though that seems so little, all those little things, every time you break your word to somebody else, or, that it's something that you said to yourself, doesn't make you feel good, does it? So that's what I noticed, is that I'm really good at keeping my word for other people, but sometimes I let myself down. And that's awful. Hold on one second. I've got somebody calling and my office phone. Sorry, guys. Um, gotta love that live in the moment, real life. But that's what I noticed. Is like, wow, that's interesting. Sometimes I don't keep my word to myself. I had wanted to start doing Facebook Live videos once a week to get better at speaking in front of people and just share what's on my mind, because I love learning from other people. And so when I have an aha moment or something that I've learned, I love to share it with you guys. And so I said, I'm going to do that. And I said that like 2 months ago. I haven't been consistent with doing it once a week. So it's just little things like that I found fascinating. And so I'm proposing it to you. How are you with keeping your word? The big things and the little things. And, because what happens is each time, like I was saying, that you don't keep your word, you start to feel bad about yourself. Well, what does that do? That just reinstates your unworthiness, or you don't feel good about yourself. And so it becomes this vicious cycle. So if you can just take a step outside yourself and look, how do I really do about keeping my word? And just kind of pay attention to that over the next week. I would love to hear what you're finding. And let me see, I jotted down some notes so I wouldn't forget anything because I had so many thoughts running through my mind. One of the things that we talked about at this class is, what's more important, keeping your word or staying comfortable, or keeping your word or the need to feel good, keeping your word or the need for control. So it's really fascinating how something so little can really add up to many things in your life. But if you just shifted this one thing, might make a profound difference for you. So think about that as you go into your weekend. I'll hop on over the next week if I think of another thing. I've got all my notes here that I'm kind of taking in from the weekend and processing and really implementing into my life. So I would love to hear from you guys about this topic. How are you doing? Do you feel like you need to work on that? And if there's anything I can do to support you in that area, let me know. But for now, signing off on this beautiful Friday afternoon, I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you soon.